Thank you for the like. It's just totally random. But much appreciated. Welcome in. We're on day 3, and apparently we went to war last night. What up, Joe Cool? Thank you for stopping by, my love. Always a pleasure to see you. We're walking with Batman to go get Batman more smokes, because that's how annoyed Batman is. I need 2 cigarettes in my mouth at this point. Yeah, it is. Sally Stanley. Our country has bombed Venezuela and kidnapped their president and wife, with talks of we are now going to run Venezuela. There's all kinds of fucked up things going on here. I am very terrified for a friend's father right now. He has been living there comfortably for many years. Yeah, isn't that wild? I mean, normally in order to go do these things, Joe, we have to ask our Congress. But he doesn't ask anybody, he just goes and does. I was up till like 3 in the morning with Mercado Media watching live feeds of the bombings going on. I wish it was Spirit in the Sky. We're starting 2026 literally with a boom. Joe, I'm hoping to be back home soon, so hopefully we'll be able to do a lot more because I can move around a lot better. Doesn't take me 3 hours to get to one place. So I look forward to heading to the hood. Damn, I need carnitas, and it's Saturday. Why anywhere, Sally Stanley? He's trying to get the people off the Epstein files. What better way than to start a war? And if you go to my community page, the drunk Pete Hegseth was speaking at a press conference that's probably still live, and he couldn't even stay awake. Hello. Just one. La boo boo. Fireball. I'm live on YouTube right now, so they're watching me buy smokes. Well, actually, they're watching your fireballs, sir. Okay, 11, 25, and throw the change in there for somebody who needs it. Thank you kindly. You have a good day. Hopefully no more chaos will ensue today, but can't be guaranteed. Still can't believe we did what we did.
Yeah.
He couldn't even stay awake for the press conference.
Oh, okay.
They're doing a press conference right now, and he's standing there off to the side while somebody else is talking, sleeping.
Oh, okay.
How's this man running our country? I don't get it. Have a nice day. You too. Actually, he said Mexico's next, Spirit in the Sky. He was talking about how he asked the president if she needed help with the cartel. And yeah, it seems like he has just a war on anybody who's brown. He's going to go in. It's not bad enough he deports them to the country. Let's invade the country. I'm telling you, Joe. Though I wouldn't mind going out in this weather. I mean, if it was for a good cause. Just bundle up. Person 1, welcome in. I am in Chicago. Where are you? Yeah, my poor broccoli. I hope you find something cheap, honey. I'm so sorry. Thank you for stopping by and dropping the thumbs up. It really is Sally Stanley. Boston. One of my coworkers is from Boston, and one of my favorite ever punk bands is legit from Boston. And if you're from Boston, you probably know who Dropkick Murphys are. And plus, you guys have, even though I am not a fan, I'm a Sox fan, but not a Red Sox fan. I'm a White Sox fan. You guys have one of the most historic baseball fields in baseball history. So welcome in from Boston. If my coworker were here, you'd be laughing because I can even hear her right now talking in my head with her thick Boston accent. We love her. She's one of our longest coworkers and bartenders at our bar. She's been there over 20 years. So yeah, the madness. I like how I put Batman's annoyed, and at one point I had like 17 people to come in and really see Batman pissed off. Not realizing she's just some punk rocker chick from Chicago. Hello. So I'm almost to my job, and then I'll flip the camera. But I appreciate you all for coming in. Just wanted to see what everybody else thought. Rosie! Thank you for making it, sweetheart. I loved your live the other day. Thank you. It was nice to have some normalcy in life. Hopefully you saw the cute video of Cardi by now and her beautiful coat. I'm going to have to go and get a fancy coat myself. If you guys are wondering what I'm talking about with Rosie, she does this amazing thing once a month. Hold on. Things are about to get scary. You get to see my face. She does this amazing thing where every month she gets a box from a different country. Oh, my hair is all messed up. Where she gets a box from a different country and she tries out different foods. And then we play trivia afterwards. It's awesome. Me, Broccoli, and Brandon Mitchell, we were on a spectacular roll. But the D kept on working against me. What the hell? It's okay, Rosie. I just know how much you love Cardi, and I think you would love that video. It's okay. It means the cool kids are there, right, Rosie? I like that it's a select crowd, and I like the crowd that we have there. And we even get to see Chris in his commentary. I love Chris. He's so funny sometimes. I like there for a minute, he's like, yeah, no, I'm not showing my face online. And then he would show his hand, so we started calling him Cousin It. Because all you saw was Chris's hand. And there's a select group here too, Rosie, you know, I mean, we had a Joe Cool stop by. We have you, we had a Broccoli. Poor Broccoli. I wish there was a way we could help her and lessen some of the pain that she's going through and having to replace her floor because California's been raining so much. She had flooding and it destroyed her floor. And apparently she has to get drywall too because it must have gone up the wall a little. She might not be here anymore, Rosie. She said she had to go shopping for flooring and drywall. She said she was stopping in real fast. But if she doesn't answer back, I will definitely tell her that you said something to her. I'm going to have to give her a call. Oh my God, Rosie, it is so cold here. As you can see, this is not the smoke from my cigarette. This is actually my breath. Thank God I brushed my teeth today. But I figured we go live for a little bit before I start my day. Today is day 1. I don't know how my Friday turned into my Sunday, but here we are. So technically today is my Monday. Yeah, but your cold in Florida is way different than our cold. I'd trade your cold right now. I was just telling Joe I can't wait to get back out, and he's like, yeah, I'm waiting for it to be above freezing, which is pretty accurate. Today's not too horrible, but it's not pleasant. We had some snow come down, I think it was like Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday was my last day. So, not much, but enough to cover. Because only in Chicago could it be 55 one day and the next day snowing. Florida participated. Spirit in the sky. This week I'm saying, go Detroit, because I got my wish and watched the Niners. I mean, it was a good game. I can't say that the Niners destroyed them like they destroyed, I think it was Detroit they were playing, where it was an obscene score. But one more Bears loss, please. I mean, everybody's all freaking out going, oh, the Bears are in the playoffs, the Bears are in the playoffs. Do you not remember who you're rooting for? They're not going to make it far. Yeah, it's definitely a crazy NFL season this year, Spirit in the Sky. Definitely a crazy season. I would have never had the Bears at the top of our division on my bingo card. I mean, it happens once in a while. They just can't fully make the commitment. My poor best friend who's a Bears fan, I was talking to him a little while ago. And I'm like, you know, when the Bears won, I was 9 and you were 10. Statistically, they should have won again. I mean, I know it's been a while since the Packers have won a Super Bowl, but I believe the year was 2011, not 1985. But I am a Sox fan, so I perpetually live in the early 2000s. We're not doing great. Hopefully this season will be a little bit better than last season, and definitely before the season before that. Because, Jesus, we were dead last. So, let's go into my job. Here, let's flip this around. Oop, yeah, it would help if I unlock the door, huh? No, I'm still watching on my phone. It's driving me nuts. So, tonight, I'll watch the game till halftime here at work, and then I go home and watch it on my phone. So unfortunately, no, not yet. Spirit in the Sky. It's definitely driving me crazy. So, the beer, the alcohol, the bowling, the pool table, and the gambling. Game on. Oh my God, it sucked watching the World Series, Spirit in the Sky. How I'm not blind at this point, I don't know. But what's left of our Christmas tree, they took that down pretty quick. My boss was like, get rid of that shit. And I was smart enough to make myself some beautiful coffee. Today, we are sipping on Caramel Me Crazy by Duncan. Less violence is chosen when I smoke pot and drink coffee. I hate to be away from my dog. My cute little Peanuts cup I keep at work. Little things to make me smile. See if that works. Okay. Less violence. There's always violence, though. I could bring Cardi if I really wanted to, Rosie, but she would just be barking at all my customers and they'd get annoyed and be like, take that dog out of here. She's cute in pictures, but she's not nice in real life, Rosie. There's only like one person that she absolutely, hold on, that she absolutely loves and adores besides myself. So, at least she likes somebody else besides me. I don't know. Anytime somebody comes in, she'd be... I have been battling an earache. I don't even know if at this point to call it an earache or if it's just water behind my ear. But I haven't been able to hear out of this ear for a week now. Kind of annoyed. Because I love my music and I love to hear it. And when I can't hear it, I just hope that this doesn't last long. PDF! Oh, she would love you. Bacon and cheese lucky laptop. Thank you for calling Kingpin. How can I help you? Ugh. So we get these annoying calls on a daily basis. Sometimes like 20 times a day, at least during my shift, if not more. Asking if we need Medicaid. I have told them more than once that this is a bar. Hi, stop calling. So, again, violence has been chosen. If I wasn't on the phone right now, I'd be going through the prompts to get to a live person, and I blast like songs that I like. One day is Slayer Day, one day is Megadeth Day, one day is Lamb of God Day. I did a Kendrick Lamar Day. Trying to think of what else. Ooh, At the Drive-In. Love At the Drive-In. I don't know how much they like it because they're all usually not from this area or country. I don't know if they're calling from a different country, but it's usually somebody who's foreign who comes to the phone. So, They're getting educated. Redneck's an awesome song. And the Megadeth song I've been doing has been a song from the 80s called Liar. There's a really cool part in there. I saw that, Rosie. I'm very proud of you for taking the steps out of your own comfort zone to do something that you haven't tried before. I'm sure it's scaring the piss out of Chris. They do put a tag on you, definitely, Rosie. I live in a very small town, so there's 6 cops, maybe 6 cops here in this town. Good girl. I remember you saying that he wasn't too pleased with you going and protesting. So I kind of had a feeling that he wouldn't be too happy about you doing the cop watching thing. I need to go downstairs and murder some ice. Not an actual agent, actual ice. I'm already on a list. I don't need to be on that kind of a list. Because the next thing I know, they're barricading through the door and my boss is pissed off that door number 2 is gone. Because door number 1 got taken out, not this past Riot Fest, but the Riot Fest before. There was this asshole guy who used to sit at the end of the bar, and another guy came in, and it makes me laugh. His name's Bobby Brown. Not the Bobby Brown, not my prerogative. But his name's Bobby Brown, and he got into a fight with one of our regulars, and X-Havoc, what up? And they took out, hold on, that door. There used to be a door there. So my boss has sued him to get the door replaced, and it's been a year and September, October, November, December, January, and 4 months since we've had a door on that. So I'm not going to be the cause to the main door being taken out. But how funny is that? Dude's a white guy, and his name's Bobby Brown. Okay. Gotta get a few things out of here. So I see they're up to it again, X-Havoc. I got a notification. I don't even go and watch anymore because it's just stupid. I saw a picture of a dog and I started laughing. I'm like, yeah, it probably only got like maybe 20 views or something, where my dog in a fancy coat got 1,400 views just in a coat with the song from oh god, I'm Just a Girl from No Doubt, because she is Miss Thing. Okay, sorry about the lighting, guys. I don't know if it's okay. That didn't make it much better. But ice machine, where I murder my ice. Again. Real ice. Not the agents. Oops, that went in the washer. Okay, I don't know why a box of cupcake wine is out, but there you go. So, I could come down here all day long and get beer. High Noon, White Claw, whatever your pleasure. But Pepper Brooks! That is the door to the liquor. Nobody can touch that. I don't even know where the key is. Or is I'd open this padlock and put that cupcake in there. But not my monkey, not my circus. It is above my pay grade. Oop. My bad. Work on ice machines. I really do not like them things, but I've made a lot of money fixing them. Well, I've never worked on an ice machine. My boss doesn't like to hire people. Case in point here. So, about a week and a half ago, our water heater went down. He had to go and get a new water heater. So, new water heater. Pretty fancy. Old water heater. All he has to do is put this on the corner or outside the bar, and some scrapper will come and get it, but I guess he's not willing to make that move. So who knows how long this thing will be here. It definitely is haunted down here. Check that out. This is a 100-year-old building that was around during Prohibition. So it's definitely haunted. My boss uses this as his storage area. Some of it's bar stuff, like the mixers and stuff. I don't know why that machine's there, but whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of crap down here. And check out this old Pepsi can, guys. Look at how old that thing is. I've heard of the pull tab sodas, but I never saw one until now. He's got here. PBR bowling pin because we're a bowling alley. An old style. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff down here. I am not graceful. So what's going on in your neck of the woods, Miss Pepper Brooks? Happy New Year. They go by many different aliases, don't they, ex-Havoc? You rely on people for you to be out of jail. Brandon Mitchell! What up, lovely? Don't insult squirrels like that. I love squirrels. And plus, squirrels aren't that portly. And have all their teeth. Woohoo! I don't have to do another thing of ice. Gotta keep an eye on the clock because technically we open soon. People aren't beating down the door, but I'm hoping to have a customer come in who took off to California a little while ago. I thought he was going to live there, but he is not. He is our resident Steve-O. He does weird shit. And it's funny being on his Snapchat because one night he was with a couple of other customers and they talked him into stapling his balls to a chair. Yeah, you heard me right. Stapling his balls to a chair. So you see him come out and he's wearing these like black mechanic gloves and he's holding his sack and he puts his sack down and they staple it. And all of a sudden he looks up and he's like, how do we get it off? How do we get it off? How do we get it off? And they cut the video. It's like, that's your afterthought. Not before. How are we going to get this thing out of my nutsack? Oh, my dear Lord. I have never seen Jackass in real life until this kid. He is entertaining. I'm assuming he's never planning on having children. Because, yeah, I've stuck holes in certain places of my body, but legitimately with a piercing needle, I would never let anybody staple anything of mine. But that's just me. Hoagie is a whole different being. And it was funny because I knew he had been in California with his girlfriend. And he messaged me on Thursday saying, why the fuck isn't your bar open? And I'm like, I don't know. It's my day off. And I didn't understand why he was asking because I'm like, why is he asking being in California? And then he told me he's back home. So makes more sense. Yeah. No, 100%, Rosie. I'm sure his mom is like, please don't give me any grandchildren. You were enough. But he actually... The reason I picked Steve-O out of all the Jackass crew. One, because the stupid shit he does. Two, I'll show you when we go up there. There was a situation here where somebody filmed him taking, again, to his sack, a bowling ball. And it was a whole video. Well, Steve-O saw it. Steve-O reposted it. And this kid was on ridiculousness for the video. So, if you're going to be a celebrity, Oh, Hoagie. So, yeah, what a crazy 24 hours. Well, less than 24 hours. I guess 3 o'clock would be 12 hours because that's when I fell asleep finally, watching all the crap that was going on. But this is where we are in life, right? We have a crazy man in power who has no idea what laws are and just breaks them all. But yet, Nixon in the 70s, don't get me wrong, Watergate was really bad. That's why he got asked to leave the office, because of his part in that. But the things that have ensued this last year have been way worse than Watergate. Nobody's kicking him out. I was watching a video on Status Coup of Bovino. So there's a strike going on with some union workers here in Chicago. And Bovino decided to go over there and start checking them because they were brown. And then he started laughing at them. These are the people that are in positions that they should not be in. Thank you, Spirit. God, I hope not. Because this last year feels like 10 fucking years, Spirit in the sky. That kid, I would not believe that kid if he said that I was on fire. Nick Shirley, that video that he did, what a scam. What an absolute scam. He's trying to show people scamming, and he's the one who's scamming you. So he was going to some of the daycares when they weren't in operation. And let me explain to you, if you guys don't have kids in daycare or ever utilize daycare, I was lucky enough to have my mother-in-law live 2 blocks away. So I didn't have to worry about a daycare. She would always watch kids, and especially her grandkids. But I get to watch it now because where I'm staying at, my girlfriend utilizes daycare. So my niece and nephew, Monday through Friday, go to daycare. Now, the lady has seen me come in with either my girlfriend or with her husband to come and pick up the kids. But if I were to physically go to their daycare, so you walk in this one door, right? That door opens. You're greeted by a second door. There's a pin pad. Only the parents know the code, unless it's grandparents picking them up or aunts or something. Then they are allowed. But the parents have to authorize you knowing that code. So once you put in that code, you can get in by where the kids are. You can just walk into a daycare. And let me tell you something. If that motherfucker showed up at my niece and nephew's daycare and they let him in to film those kids, I'd be telling my girlfriend to take her kids out of that fucking daycare. Who is he? Who is he? He's not a parent. He's not dropping off any child. And he's going there strictly to agitate things. I got the absolute pleasure of watching my friend Duper Trooper turn around and tell Nick Shirley and Scam Higby, aka Cam Higby, that they both flew to Chicago to be called bitches. Because that's what they are. They're minions for Trump. They come out here to Broadview. They film people's faces. They forward it to the Angry Orange so that way they can have leverage. That's their power. They're snitches. And what's the saying? Snitches get stitches. So his whole thing with saying that there's daycare scamming money and stuff, it was all bullshit. It was all bullshit because he was never going to get into those places because rightfully so. And two, he was going there to give you an illusion that there were no kids there because he was going after hours or before hours. Oh my God. One morning, going to the kitchen, saying to his wife, "Here, cook this sausage," and flopped out his junk on the stove hot plate. Oh! He didn't realize she had it on ready to cook breakfast. Oh my God. Ow. I don't even have a sack and I want to cross my legs. Yeah, no, it was all bullshit, Sally Stanley. He is an instigator. If you look up Nick Shirley, October 2025, he sat at the round table with Scam Higby and the president. So the only thing that they believe in is chaos. They have never had to hurt for anything. They have never had to know a struggle because mom and dad have always had their backs. Maybe some of them, Brandon Mitchell, but not the way that Nick Shirley's trying to portray it. I can't say on other levels that they're not, but in the daycare system, that was proven totally wrong. That was proven totally wrong because even the news systems went back and spoke to these people, and there were children in those places. But like I said, you can't get into that place unless you're a parent or have official business to be there because there are children, there's safety, there's regulations that are in place that not just anybody can walk in there. I mean, you'd like to think that when you drop your kids off while you go to work, they're in a safe spot. I remember, I think it was last summer or the summer before, there were some parents separating and there was a custody issue. The dad couldn't even get in by his kids because of a court order of the mom having full custody. So, yeah. I agree to disagree on that, Brandon Mitchell, on the daycare system. As for other scams, like I said, I can't say so. I can't speak on these things because I don't have further information, but there's enough information out there to say that Nick Shirley's videos were all a scam. Road Pirates. Road Pirates and Porch Pirates, both bastards. The sad thing is with us being able to go live and with us being able to go out into the world more than just through our TVs, not everybody's telling the truth. People want to sway other people to make them think something bad's happening when it's not. Yep. Yep. Exactly, Sally Stanley. The funny thing is when I'm at Broadview and they're there trying to say that we're the instigators, they're the ones instigating. There was this one lady, the day that me, Joe Cool, and Freeman Liberty went. There was this lone lady, looked like a fucking straight up crackhead. In fact, I call her Cracky to this day. Looked like a straight up fucking crackhead holding up a sign saying, "I love ice." And then you had Nick Shirley and Scam Higby, and I forget who the other kid who was with them with the brown hair. But they were walking up to people. He asked me, Scam Higby, if you go and watch one of my, I don't remember, I think I made it a short, but it was also a live, October 2025, if you go back in my lives. And I go up to him and I'm like, hey, I'm Higby. And he's like, yeah, that's me. And he turns around and he puts his camera on me. And then he starts asking if I was legal or not. And because I know who he is, even if I was not legal here, would I tell him? Come on. Would I tell him? So I told him he could go 2 miles down, and I believe, I don't remember if I said the grave number. I'm like, you can go ask my mom and Mary Queen of Heaven if I'm here legally. Right now, my legality of me being here is in jeopardy, but that has not come to pass yet. So we shall see how that goes. But I was brought into this country legally. I am considered a United States citizen legally. You know what they're doing now, X Havoc? People are getting smart on those people. I've seen some videos where people obviously have been having a problem with porch pirates coming and stealing their Amazon packages, whatever. And they're putting, like, you know how when robbers grab a bag and if the bank teller puts in the right thing, there's a blue dye that explodes and that's how they get caught? Well, they're doing that to boxes now, where people are going, grabbing the box, they get to the car, and sometimes they get in the car, sometimes not, and the thing just detonates, and then all of a sudden they're just splattered. One guy was screaming, I'm gonna call the cops! Yeah, what are you gonna tell them, motherfucker? I was stealing a package on this porch, and these motherfuckers did this to me? The cop's gonna laugh at you. The cop's gonna laugh at you. I mean, we all were laughing at him. Yeah, you work nights, honey, so I understand if you have to leave and get some sleep. Yeah, spirit in the sky. My friend was telling me not to confront him and to stay away from him, and he obviously forgot for a second who he was talking to, but I got to remember also that he has my best interest at heart and that I should listen to him and not scare him because shortly after he came up there, because he was like, oh, hell no. Who's Joe Cool? I think the best one that I watched of 2025 when you're talking about those fucking idiot kids was Scam Higby went to Michigan. I forget what part of Michigan they were in, but they pull up with this fucking they pull up with this fucking idiot in this big bus with a rap and everything saying who this idiot was. And they were going at the people. Somebody fucking sprayed them. And you should have saw the spectacle that ensued. Like, the guy had been murdered on a public street. It's funny when they laugh when it happens to people like me. But when it happens to them, clutch the pearls. Oh my God. Fuck you. Good thing nobody's upstairs. I just realized I was like, oh yeah, it's really open. I gotta grab a 6 pack of PBRs because sometimes one of my regular customers comes in for beer. He says that it's closer to hit here because there is an actual gas station and liquor store. Not the gas station that I went and got my smokes at the beginning of this. That also serves liquor, and then not even half a block down is the liquor store. Ooh, coffee. I forgot about coffee. Glorious coffee. But I appreciate all you guys coming in, listening to me rant, listening to me bitch about kids. You would figure that I don't have children the way that I go off about them and Nick Fuentes. I'm trying to educate myself a little bit better because one thing I like about my friend Duper Trooper is he's very intelligent and he doesn't let his anger get the best of him when he confronts people like that. I myself am working on that. I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to sound more educated and less ranty or lunatic-ish. So it's just disturbing with the younger generation. It's actually terrifying. I'm still confused how Nick Fuentes, yes, you keep on hearing me say his last name, Fuentes, right? So he's trying to start white supremacy in Berwyn, Illinois, around a bunch of Mexicans like himself. I mean, has he never seen an episode of David Chappelle when the blind black man who tries to be in the KKK, not realizing he's black? From there, that would be awesome. All of a sudden, just get shrapnel of cat crap. Because let me tell you, cats, they are adorably cute, right? When they drop a deuce, holy hell. Sometimes I look at my cat and go, what is wrong with you? I can't even say, what are you eating? Because I give it to her. She doesn't like treats. So she, very rare, her idea of a treat is lately I've been using unrefined coconut oil on my hands for my nails because the wintertime I'm always washing something here at work. Where I stay at, I'm always washing something because of toddlers. So my hands get really dry and my fingernails get very thin. So I've been using coconut oil, and coconut oil unrefined for animals are good. So I'll give some to the dog and I'll give some to the cat. So that's pretty much her only treat, where the dog, she's a human garbage disposal. She gets gooey sticks, bacon strips, bones, everything. Freeze-dried salmon. Miss Thing lives a life. So, I don't know how she could smell like that. She has made my eyes fucking water. Right? Chappelle's show was awesome. Maybe if Nick Fuentes grew up watching that, he wouldn't be so fucking confused. But the scary reality is he's got these followers, and they're called groypers, right? And they recently showed up at the TP whatever Charlie Kirk thing that they did, and were yelling at the people on stage. And there's a terminology of groyper wars that existed before this, because it's just insanity. It's kind of funny when one racist hates another racist, because it's like you're on the same page, so how aren't you guys buddies? And that was one thing the night that at nighttime when Duper showed up to Broadview. When they were leaving, I turned around and told Scam Higby, I'm like, why don't you go and hang out with Nick Fuentes and Berwyn, motherfucker? And he turned around and said, Nick blocked me. I laughed so fucking hard. Because it's like, what? You guys are cut from the same cloth. How are you guys not buds? Just like with him and Charlie Kirk. What happened to that man should not happen to anybody. That's horrible to be killed in broad daylight in front of people like that, because it's trauma that it's going to ensue for the rest of those people's lives who watch that. So that I don't agree with. But what that man was saying and what that man was going and teaching to youth was not about loving God. Yeah, the omega-3. That's why I have the freeze dry salmon, X Havoc. It really is. It really fucking is. And it's like, have you people not learned from the Jim Jones situation? That's why I tell people keep on drinking the Kool-Aid. You know, I mean, those never end well. Hail Bob didn't end well. David Koresh really didn't end well. But here yet, there they are. What are you going to do? So lately I've been, I think I've shared with Broccoli a couple of shorts of the person that I've been following. There's this kid named Dean Winters, and he goes on his TikTok live and he streams it through YouTube as well. And he is debating Trump people. So what he's doing is, however he runs it, where he can bring callers up, he sits there and talks to some of them. And wow, there is this one, I'd have to go back and look for it. It still makes me laugh. And I think he came back more recently too. His screen name was not Phil, but they kept on saying two negatives equal a positive, so he really was Phil. And dude was just raging out. I mean, just like going psychotic. It was pretty funny. And like I said, I think he came back more recently. And the only reason why I'm not 100%, but kind of, is because at the very end he started raging again because they started calling him Phil, and he's like, I'm not Phil. So it's very interesting to watch this kid because he reminds me a lot of my friend Duper. The kid's just straight up fucking intelligent. He's not sitting there name calling like the other person is calling him. He's using actual facts. So I'd rather be more intelligent in my arguments than just raging like Phil. I don't want to be Phil. I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to educate yourself more on things, no matter how old you are. And there was this lady who came on last night. Her name was Karen. I know, trust me. I was like already checked out when I heard her name. But he turned her around, and she's 81 years old, and she just called to check on him and tell him and his girlfriend and the person that he usually has. And he tells you straight up, I was a straight up racist in my teens. I was one of these people, but I turned myself around, like Mercado Media. Mercado Media doesn't claim to be Democratic, but he's definitely not as Republican as he used to be. He said that he believed at first in MAGA and what they stood for. So it's great to be able to see younger people seeing the wrong that is going on. I mean, maybe it's because I'm a Gen Xer and I watched the LA riots and I watched Rodney King, and I've had some personal things actually happen to me where, especially, well, more with cops, with corrupt cops. And I don't know. I don't know how they come to the conclusion that they've come to. I don't know how they live in the reality that they've made for themselves. You really should, Stanley. He's doing a lot of good things. Yesterday he did a live. I don't think I can comment on here, so I can't post the GoFundMe. So Duper's an awesome person. He saves dogs and he saves people. I've witnessed both. And yesterday his live was trying to help out a couple that are really down on their luck and have nowhere to go and need some help with being able to have a warm place to stay. The guy had to sell his car. He can't stay with his family because his mom doesn't like his wife. So, you know, it's a horrible situation, and he's trying his best to help. So he's still gonna do the cop stuff that he does, but he's also broadening his horizons. Me and him have had conversations about doing feedings, where we go to an area. Free Man Liberty has shown us a great bunch of people that sit outside Cook County Jail that try and help the inmates because they're being pushed out at 3 o'clock in the morning when it's below zero, sometimes without a coat because of when they got arrested and put in there. No money to get home, no way to get home, so they help provide that for them. They either give them a personal ride back to their house, or they turn around and give them, if it's too far, they give them train fare so they can get back to their families. So there's a lot of interesting things you may see us all doing aside from what you know us to do, because we believe in putting good out into this world. And everybody needs help once in a while, and even more people need help more so nowadays because things are so fucked. I'd rather be on the right side of history. I'd rather be, when I go to my grave and my grandkids ask about me, Grandma stood up for her shit. Grandma didn't hide. Grandma didn't sit there and say, oh, I can't do nothing. Grandma stood the fuck up. We're all born stupid, ex-Havoc. It's the ones of us who choose to educate ourselves and not be stuck in that stupid. You know, I mean, I've been trying to get back home for a year now, and things are so fucking high back at home that I'm probably going to have to go into a situation I'm not too fond of. But in the long run, I don't have to keep on paying for one spot that I applied for, wanted $300 to turn around and tell me no because my credit score is not bad, but my credit score does not move because I have never bought a house. I have never bought a car because I have never had a driver's license. I have had credit in the past and had A1 credit. I had some fucking awesome credit cards. I had a $30,000 blue American Express card because I had A1 credit at one time. But I don't have credit cards anymore. So because I don't do these things, my credit score stays at a certain thing. Like I said, it's not horrible, but it's not what they want it to be. One guy wanted me to have an 850 credit score to rent a one-bedroom apartment. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not buying a house. Even the hood. I have friends that are still back in the hood that are telling me how expensive things have gotten there. And that used to be the cheaper place to live because deemed where people didn't want to live. Little Village, Cicero. I mean, the only reason Cicero is more appealing versus Little Village is because the Chicago public school system is on strike so much, where Cicero is a suburb of Chicago, technically. It's where one of the suburbs start, and they're not on strike all the time. So when I would have to go and enter my kids into school, I'd have to bring 6 proofs of residency, and sometimes even a letter from the landlord if them not contacting the landlord to make sure you live there. Yay, Rosie! So there's that. But yeah, 6 proofs. So it always kind of amuses me because I didn't do what my mom did with sending my kids to private school. I was in private school from kindergarten until 8th grade. And then my mom decided to throw me into public school. But I wasn't too terribly disappointed because a lot of my friends went to public school versus private school. I had private school friends, but But yeah, I just kind of ramble on, don't I? Picture health, have another cigarette, right? But cigarettes and coffee go so well together. I just wish I could bring it out here, but it would make my coffee so cold. Today I had to dress like a person because I've been trying to take care of this ear situation. I'm on antibiotics. I thought by now that I'd be able to hear out of this ear, but I can't. It's annoying. It feels like there's this big bubble right there. And you don't even really want to hear me sing now because I am so off key. Yeah, because he makes it a hoax. Eggs. This week, me and my girlfriend went to the store when I finally caved and went to immediate care because I was mad at the nurse. On Saturday, she told me to go and get something, but she told me I'd have to watch my blood pressure because it would raise my blood pressure. My poor girlfriend came home and found me on the kitchen floor passed out because my blood pressure skyrocketed. And I don't know what happened. I just dropped. So thank God she came home at the time she did. I don't know how long I was out for. So I really didn't want to go because I was mad at her. But I had to end up going because this wasn't getting any better. And I didn't address this problem when I was in the ER for passing out. They were more worried about the heart situation because of the heart attack in 2021. So we go to the store and we're standing by the eggs. She was talking on the phone to somebody. I was waiting for her to be done to ask her how many eggs we had because I had a little bit of money where I could buy them. And she gets off the phone and I'm looking at the price of eggs, and no matter where I looked, unless I was looking at an 18-pack or the organic shit, Jesus, they were $7 for a dozen. $7 for a dozen of eggs. I used to pay like $1.50, if I remember correctly, for a dozen eggs. I mean, in the last like 5 years, probably like $1.99, but still $1.99. Now they're $7. She has a Costco card, but sometimes it's just easier for us to go to the local store, Jewel. Okay, either that kid's running from somebody or trying to catch the train. I'm going to say trying to catch the train. And then gas premium the other day in Chicago for premium gas was $4.14. With me living where I'm at right now, Rosie, there's only one grocery store. And it's a big name grocery store. It's not a private owned grocery store like when I lived in the hood. There was a couple of private, well, there was more than a couple of private owned Mexican grocery stores like Torres and Dos Hermanos and La Chicorita. So there's not very many choices here, Rosie. So sometimes it's just easier because it's like not even 3 minutes away from the house to just run to Jewel. Kind of the reason why I stopped drinking soda too, because it was like fucking almost $30 for 2 cases. $30 for 2 cases of soda. Coffee is ridiculous. I used to be able to buy 2 packs of coffee for less than $20. Now, the Starbucks caramel is like $16. With tax, you're looking at like 17 something. For one small fucking bag of that shit. The only time I ever paid $20 for a bag of coffee was when I did that thing on the Star Wars coffee. Totally worth it. You put Luke Skywalker on anything, I'm buying it. Especially Mark Hamill Luke Skywalker. He is a living badass. Yeah, some things are just like fucking crazy, Rosie. I mean, I had to drag my ass out of bed to go to the store. Was it New Year's Eve? Yeah, New Year's Eve. Because I had a milk bone coupon, but you had to buy 2 things. And unfortunately, they don't, at this store, it's not stocked like other jewels that I've gone to. So there's not much of a selection. It's like either bones or the marrow bones or the chewy bones. So she loves her peanut butter bones. So I bought 2 boxes of those. But those have even gone up. My cat food that used to be like fucking 47 cents a can is now $1.09 a can. And my cat is not willing to make sacrifices and eat hard food. I have been fighting her on this for years now. She came to me eating hard food. I don't know what happened. Well, I do know what happened. My asshole ex introduced her to wet food, and it was all downhill from there. Because the other cat we had, the Bink didn't like wet food. The Bink liked hard food. So I worry about my poor Layla now coming more sooner than later about her teeth because she doesn't eat anything hard. And she does not let me brush her teeth. It's a fight. She's and she can poke me, so my particular job, Spirit in the Sky, with me being a bartender, even if minimum wage goes up to $17 an hour, it depends on the bar you work at. Sometimes you may get that. Like, I'd like to think the people downtown who work in bigger bars than I do would get what minimum wage is, but I don't because I also earn tips. But my boss is really nice because instead of me having to keep track of my tips at the end of the year when I do my taxes, he includes it in my pay, so it's automatically taken out. I don't have to, I end up owing nothing at the end of the year. And I get stuff back. That helps. Oh, I make them all kinds of things, Rosie. I do make them chicken. I don't know if I ever made the short of it. So, in my normal setting. Oh, here comes Kurt. In my normal setting, Cardi has her own pan for her own eggs that I cook with olive oil and fresh parsley and cheese. I make her chicken tacos. I even cut out like small little tacos or tortilla to put the meat on. Yeah, she lives a life. Same with the cat. Hey, Kurt. Yes, it is. I will meet you in there because I have been out here already. So yeah, she definitely lives a life. She is very spoiled. Big Chief. Hold, please. I gotta serve beer. Let me get you. And hopefully some good luck in the new year, Kurt. This is your lucky bottle. And on me. Did you and the wife have a nice New Year's? Was it more quiet than Christmas? Did all the dogs and kids leave?
Yeah. We were both in bed by 10:30, 11 o'clock.
I live by the river, so that is not, even if I wanted to be asleep at that time, I'd be, yep. They were going at like 9 o'clock. My dog absolutely hates them, so I'm like.
Okay.
But at one point.
I love them personally.
At one
Dog
point.
hates them.
Yeah. At one point, I have only one window in my room, right? So my Christmas tree is still there, but I still got to see in the window. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Papa, I know you hate these, but they're pretty.
My last Sheltie, he loves thunder and lightning and fireworks. And 9 times out of 10, if he's running around the backyard, he's got a tennis ball in his mouth.
Mhm.
So his barking is muffled. Just like a silencer.
I've only seen one dog in my whole life that was not afraid of fireworks, and we discovered this the hard way. Me and my ex and his brother would go to Indiana and at the beginning of May, and we would stock up at Phantom
Yeah.
Fireworks
Yeah.
and buy a bunch of stuff for 4th of July. We would put kits together, sell them
Yeah.
to our friends and stuff. And one day we were out in front of my brother-in-law's house over on Oak Park Avenue, and he had a Roman candle, and he's sitting there shaking it to get it to pop.
Yeah.
The dog thought it was a ball and tried going after it. That's when we realized we couldn't have Lady out when the fireworks were going because she wanted to chase them. She was a goofy dog, though.
Bowie loved it. He wanted to be out there.
Oh, you had a dog named Bowie? I love it.
Yeah. Our first dog was Comet. Our second one was Bowie. The girls named him after David Bowie.
Of course.
Which I love.
Of course. I
And
love
my
David Bowie.
next dog was supposed to be Ziggy. But
Ah.
but after Ziggy Stardust,
Yeah.
and my daughter got naughty and named him Ziggy.
Isn't it funny how sometimes that works out? When I met my children's father,
Yeah.
it was royalty. There was King, there was Queenie, and then there was eventually our German Shepherd, Princess. Princess had a puppy, and we had to come up with a name. And I'm still mad because I love the name my niece came up with, but my ex just wouldn't go with it. She was tan, so she came up with the name Butterscotch. And we ended up naming her Duchess. So all
You gotta
royalty
stick with
lines.
royalty, yeah.
All royalty lines. In fact, my dog, when she came to me, her name was Princess Leia. But I couldn't keep it because of my German Shepherd, Princess. In my eyes, there was only one. She was a great dog. So I changed her name.
How was your party last weekend?
For New Year's?
I thought last Saturday I said the bathrooms are clean. You said you had something going on.
Yeah, Sandy had some sort of party here.
Okay. That,
Yeah. I would not know. Friday is my checkout day, where I don't care if this place burns to the damn ground. Though I do, because then we wouldn't have Saturdays together, Kurt.
Right, exactly.
Well, good luck to you, sir. Hopefully they pay out today.
Hopefully I can get out here with only 20.
Would you like a shot, Michael, just being skitty torture? Pick your pleasure. But I'm Satan. I love to dole this out. So if you want a shot of this, you have to come to Chicago. Vanna, can I have a vowel? Okay. Come on now. The Hunger Games. No. Dark Side of the 2000s. Hockey. Is there no Bulls on? Spenguli. Irwin. Okay, I guess not. So 1, 2, 5, 7 wins. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Thank you for sticking with me.
In September of 2001, the nation is a state of shock after the terrorist
Oops. Apparently it did it to that TV. So what's on everybody's Saturday list? I have Spirit in the Sky. I was more proud to actually say that I've been to Bulls games when Jordan was there. Same spot though, United Center. It's so weird to me how they could put an ice rink and have a basketball floor all in one spot. Ooh. So people know I'm alive. Thank you. It's kind of like two colors. I was trying to get it to be one, but that neon green just has a lot of staying power. But at least it's a little more solid. My girlfriend, I was telling her how annoyed I was because like up here it's all nice and blue. But when you look at the back right here, you see the green. You can kind of even see it in the light right here. So, she's like, I think it looks cool though. And everybody keeps on telling me they think it looks neat. There's a red, a blue, and a white Rosie. But I feel that way. Is it this thing? That changes color. But I don't know if you guys can see it, and I don't know if they have it on the setting. The outer part is actually green. Oh, now it's blue. But it's not showing you that it... Okay. Maybe I gotta be a little further away. Okay. But as of this one, this always stays the same. Yeah, it kind of looks weird. I don't know if it's... My lens is dirty. Whoa. Oh, I kind of see what you mean. Yeah, now you can see it. And now you can't. I see it, Rosie. I see it. You are not high. I saw what it did. Rosie is not tripping. How are you guys not seeing it? Yeah, watch. She's right. You see the red, the yellow, the blue. When I step into the frame, like she says, it changes. Probably. Rosie, you're okay. And I will defend you. You are not tripping. Be like, what's going on here? mm. Yummy warm coffee. Rosie's like, stop moving! See, picking on her spirit in the sky, saying she's tripping. At first I was like, what is she talking about? But when I went to go move and go grab the coffee pot, all of a sudden I saw what she was talking about because I saw it behind me. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, there is yellow. Sometimes I'll start conversations off that way with my girlfriend Rosie. I'm like, either I'm really high or sometimes I'm just really high. Because I got high, because I got high. Dun, 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 dun. Well, there are 3 different bars. It's just like X Havoc says, it changes what it focuses on. It focuses on me. And yellow and blue make green. It's sealed. Thank you, Ziploc. Primary color that will always be stuck in my head. But it was useful when I was trying to dye my hair this time because I went and I got the stuff to do my roots. And usually when I put that stuff on, it takes the color out. It took the pink out, but this, the green that I had up here, that, like the blue that was just hanging on in the back. So that's why I was like, well, I guess it's good that I'm going blue because that blue just is not coming out of her. But I usually like to go blue on in the winter. I call it my Ice Queen phase. DJ right? It's like my slut magic. Well, see, Rosie, that's what I figured. I was like, you know what? I'm going gray anyway, and I'm going to be a blue hair eventually. May as well choose the blue. I go voodoo blue. These are 100% facts, X Havoc. But yet the other videos that are made about us, not as entertaining. Because they're just stupid. It's like, ooh, I'm going to call this girl fat or a crackhead. Go ahead. All my teeth. If I was a crackhead, I wouldn't have all my teeth. And obviously, you have not seen me recently to sit there and call me fat. I'm not a toothpick, but I'm not fat. And even if I was, so what? If I'm comfortable with myself, who the fuck do I care if you call me fat? That would be really cool, Rosie. Am I in SoCal? No, I wish. I am in Chicago, Illinois. There, let's see if we can focus on this. Because it shows my Chicago flag. There you go. It's the Chicago flag. We Not the Weak. Since 1933. I just think it's stupid, Rosie, that You know, somebody thinks that they're going to call you fat. You know, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. That's the best you can come up with. And not really a big fan of the deep dish large Pro 21. Most us Chicagoans will find a hole in the wall and have pie cut pizzas. Well, not pie cut, square cut. Anywhere from 18 to 20 something inches as the circle. And, you know, I don't know how we got known for deep dish, because some of those pizzas, oh my dear Lord, I'm still mourning the fact that there is no more Benny's Pizza in Berwyn, Illinois. That place was so good. Not the Malort. It's only one L. Malort. And the O has funny stuff on top of it. Malort. This was made in 1933 during Prohibition years. The person that makes this comes from a different, I don't remember if it was Scandinavia or something, but when we couldn't drink, they made this, and they tried to say it was an elixir because they used something called wormwood. To explain this drink to you, I cannot, because it does not taste like vodka, it does not taste like tequila, it does not taste like rum. It has its own distinct taste, and either you love it or you're like, we're not friends anymore. As a Chicago bartender, I love getting virgins. But the last batch of virgins that I got were from Minnesota. And they didn't make the Malort face. I was disappointed. I live for that Malort face. We do have some really good blues. And I disagree with you on the pizza. I think our pizza's better than New York. I've had New York pizza. One place freaked me out thinking I had gyro on top of my sausage pizza. It was weird. It was kind of funny because the guy looked at me and he's like, "Oh, honey, you're from Chicago, aren't you?" Like, what? Apparently we do sausage differently. Yeah, I mean, if I had to go that kind of thick consistency, to be honest, D. Johns, I like stuffed pizza. Stuffed pizza is kind of almost like a deep dish crust, but instead of being like this, it's like that. It's very dense and it's all cheese, and you can throw in whatever you want, sausage, pepperoni, whatever. Holy cow. If you show me a good spot that has good stuffed pizza, I'm so there. You just haven't had the right thin. If I took you to a place called Home Run Inn, or heck, I could even make you at home a Home Run Inn. I prefer the at home a little bit better. And there's a place called Felco's that's really good. And Salerno's. Oh my God, I would murder somebody for Salerno's. There's a location not too far, not too close from here that I could get it now, but it'd be a waste if I was bringing it home because it takes at least 25 to 30 minutes to get there just to go and pick it up, and then you got to bring it home. So as for it being as nice and hot as it is when it's handed to you, not so much. So you pretty much have to go there and eat it. That's why I can't wait to go home, because I know where there's a location. If I could work there, I'd be like, just pay me in food. I'd be good with that. Pay me in food. I'd always have something to eat. It might not work out well to my pocketbook, but that's how good their food is. See, I never got the big piece. We have that here too. There's a place called Bocce that gives you an obnoxiously big New York's pie cut. I always grew up eating squares with curds. Hey, you like what you like. I like Luminalties if I had to pick a deep dish or Gino's East. A lot of people, when they come here, go to a place called Giordano's. Giordano's is okay, but I'd much rather have Gino's East or Luminalties. Mm, yeah, if I had to guess, it would either be Giordano's or Luminaldi's. It's about both their sizes, so if I had to guess, it would be one of those two D Johns. We have a Lou's here, in the next town over. Everywhere has different kinds of pizza, so it's a different variation. The funny thing is the pizza that we eat here, they don't eat that in Italy. The pizza that they make in Italy, if you get a traditional Italian to make you pizza the Italian way, holy cow. You would never touch another tombstone ever again. I'm just saying. Their pizza is way different than ours. My ex would make pizzas for various occasions. As the years went on, our younger one used to love him making pizza for his birthday on New Year's Eve. Those pizzas had been known to cause fistfights and family wars and who got the last pan of pizza. Because the recipe that him and his brother would make together, they were twins. One knew the recipe for the dough, the other one knew the recipe for the sauce. And it was something their dad did when they were little to teach them that way. Neither one of them wanted to learn the other way because of how they were taught. So they always made pizza together. And his dough would crank out something like 10. Yeah, something like 10. I think they were like 18-inch pans. The pans that you buy at Target. And yeah, family wars would ensue over the last one. That's how good that stuff was. Don't you hate that, X-Havoc, when you find something? So, there was this one thing from my childhood with my childhood girl best friend, because I have a girl and a boy. And I finally found her after years of not talking to her because she left the state and she got married, so finding her under her maiden name wasn't going to happen. So thank God for Facebook, we reconnected in 2010, I want to say. So I go to her, I'm like, you remember when we were kids and you moved to Batavia and your dad took us to that really cool ice cream place and we had peanut butter and chocolate ice cream? Because she was I can still hear her saying that you got to try this ice cream, it's so good. And I don't really like chocolate. I'm okay with peanut butter, but I don't really like chocolate. And I love this stuff. So I when we got back in touch, I was like, yeah, you remember that place your dad used to take us to when we were kids when you lived in Batavia. When she said the name of it, it's a place called Oberweis. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And she's like, what? And I'm like, so that it's blown up all over Illinois now. There's different locations and stuff. I'm like, you mean to tell me this whole time I could have walked into any Oberweis location and probably got that ice cream? She's like, maybe. So I call. At the time I was living in a town, Clarendon Hills. And the town that had the Oberweis was like 2 towns over, but fairly close. It was like maybe a 5-10 minute drive from where I lived at that point. And I called up the Oberweis and I'm like, do you guys have chocolate peanut butter ice cream by any chance? And they're like, we do. We have it in the pint thing and you can just walk up. And I'm like, I will be there in 15 minutes. And I was, because I was like, oh my God, I've waited so long for this. So I know what you mean about having something and remembering how great it tasted and then it just being gone. There's also another ice cream. I love pistachio. Love pistachio ice cream. And there was this donut shop that my mother-in-law used to go to after she was done with work, her and her lady friend Hodge. 2 little old ladies, cute, sitting there going to get ice cream. I love it. I miss that. But this place had some of the best pistachio ice cream I have ever had in my life. I don't know if they made it, if they outsourced it, but I have never been able to find another pistachio like it. It was so good. I've even considered getting an ice cream machine just to make my own pistachio. Gregory, welcome in. It did, Rosie. It did. I was like, oh my God. I have been looking for you. Yeah, but now pistachio ice cream is made with almonds. I don't know why they call it pistachio anymore. It's really annoying. And I'm right there with you. I love the nut. I love the ice cream. Though they're kind of making pistachios boring now because I forget who it is, but there's this company that shells them. And you're just going in there and taking out the nuts. I miss having red fingertips from red pistachios. Sorry, Rosie. Yeah, you can't find those anymore. I've looked and looked and looked. I've gone to authentic Italian spots. You cannot find a red pistachio anywhere anymore. Well, everybody, I guess, is very conscious about what they eat. My girlfriend, case in point, what she gets to her kids. Instead of buying a regular bag of Doritos, she buys the ones with the harsh dyes and stuff. And yeah, I'm sure it has to be a food coloring of some sort, Big G, for it to have turned my fingers as red as they did. You could always tell when I was a kid when I got into the pistachios. Evidence. And now since the heart attack, I can't eat my second favorite thing in a shell, and that was squash seeds because they're in like a thick layer of salt, and salt and my heart attack don't go hand in hand. I'm assuming Spirit in the Sky because of Red Dye 40. A lot of people have eliminated that. I just think they tasted different. Maybe it was because we worked so hard to get them. And now it's just kind of, here you go. Fun-loving couple. Would you like another one?
I would.
Okay. And I swear to you, I'm not insane.
How the hell did you know I wanted another one?
I just had that sneaking suspicion.
You knew I wouldn't be rude. Well, I'm perfect capable of it.
Well, since you were staying over there for a little bit, I'm hoping that you had some nice luck.
I think I'm up 20.
There you go. At least it's not taking your money, it's giving it back to you.
Because I don't think very well anymore. So I might be up 20, I might not.
It's so hard to keep track when you're putting money in and when you win money. And my ex would explain that to me sometimes when he played cards.
I don't know if I spent 40 or 60.
That's okay. Together we'll work it out. There you go, kind sir.
Thank you.
You're ever so welcome.
I'm gonna go check the weather for you.
Okay. Let me know how cold it is out there. Because it's pretty cold in here. That's why I threw on the gloves.
Now, I forget what fucking day of the week it is. You know, yesterday I thought was Monday because of the holidays. I think,
I have days like that where I wake up and I think it's one day and I'm like, oh,
well,
fuck.
the holidays always fucker me up.
Yeah.
When the holidays in the middle of the week and the weeks are short,
Same.
I can't wait for Monday to get back on the schedule.
The funny thing is I'm with you on the holidays screwing you up.
Yeah.
But yet my Fridays have been my Sundays for over a year now, and I'm used to that. But you throw me off that track and it's like, what?
That was the point in my life. Every night should be Saturday night and every day Sunday. You know?
Saturday nights, all right for fighting, right? Wasn't that the song? Saturday, Elton John.
Yeah. You know, I knew in the 70s and 80s he was gay. You know, but I loved his music.
He's made some great music. Though my brother-in-law deeply hated one of his songs because his name was Benny.
Oh, Benny and the Jets.
Benny and the Jets. He'd get so mad at me if I would play that song around him. Because I knew. I always like to poke the dragon though, Kurt. I wasn't married to him, so I could poke the dragon. He could go and bitch at his wife about me. I've heard of the town Cairo, Gregory. You take care too, Havoc. Have you ever heard of Alton, Illinois, Gregory? It's one of the most haunted spots in Illinois, next to where Resurrection Mary is. What's in Cairo, Illinois? Gregory? We're waiting.
The entire country is awaiting a verdict in the trial of the 4 white cops who beat Rodney King.
It was such a hotbed moment in time. You know, the United States was going through.
There was a hanging back in the 50s? Are you talking about Tillman? Wait, no, that was down in Alabama. He was from Chicago. Right, Rosie? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, he asked a question.
Kevin, who is a poet and activist, is trying to make
Back to more luck, correct?
What?
Back to more luck? Or are you
No,
gonna just
I'm-
quit while you're ahead?
I don't know how my head. I don't know how much money I put in.
and his housemates
I'm in a win column, at least 10, maybe $20.
There you go. How cold is it out there? Is it still cold as heck out there? Can you see your breath still?
Cold and well drilled as that.
Yeah, it
You
is.
know, I've always heard cold and winter's kitten, cold and well drilled ass.
Yeah.
And the well drilled ass I can relate to. I've been a well driller my whole life.
So the witch one I've heard, the welder one I've never
And
heard.
as far as the winter kit, I never met a kid I didn't like.
There you go. Stay out of Salem. Your wife would be unhappy.
She'd have been burned. She'd have been burned to stake.
Hey, I still have problems
no.
entering Catholic churches without worrying about busting into flames.
My wife's got the biggest heart of anybody in the world. You know, she'll do anything for anybody. Over and above all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't deserve her.
She sounds like a very good woman from the things that you've described to me.
It's very simple. Better rates mean faster growth, and that's exactly what I need.
Except for a severe dislike of sex.
Oh my goodness. Groundhog.
I love groundhog.
Or is
Day.
it? No, that's a prairie dog.
Yeah, I love prairie dog. I want groundhog day.
We're getting closer. Next month.
Well, I've noticed the day's getting longer again. A little bit.
So last night, I was outside smoking a cigarette. Almost 1 o'clock in the morning. All of a sudden, I hear something rustling. Saw 2 foxes chasing each other in the snow. It was pretty awesome. Those things are so much smaller than I expected them
Oh,
to
they're
be.
the size of a house cat with long hair.
Yeah.
You know.
And the dog heard me sitting there going, "Ah, cool foxes." So I don't know if she thought I was talking to somebody. She starts barking, so then she gets the cane corso to start barking. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, "Shut up! You're making Raven bark." Because even though I'm awake to tell her to shut up, Raven's owner is downstairs sleeping, getting woken up by a woof woof.
I don't know what a Comet, Bowie, or Combo. One Combo. Comet or Bowie. In the backyard. We hear coyotes making a kill.
Oh, I've heard that before.
And one of the two started howling with them.
Yeah, not out here, but when a spot that I lived at in Naperville, it was on a cul-de-sac, and the back portion was a town park called
Yeah.
Willoway. And one day, me and my ex were sitting on the patio, and yeah, we heard them get something.
Yeah.
They got, I don't know if they
You
got
know it's a kill.
cat or if they got a raccoon or something, but they got something. And at that point, I didn't have a dog, so.
It was second to last time I deer hunted. We're up in Michigan. And Billy Summers and his son, they got a pop-up out the field. I'm sitting over in hay bales. Deer everywhere. But I didn't have a doe like him. So I couldn't get shoot anything.
You have to have a doe license to be able to kill does? Do you have to get a buck license to shoot bucks?
What?
Do you have to get a buck license to shoot bucks?
I had a buck license,
Okay. I've never had a deer hunting
Yeah.
license. That's why I'm asking.
but he had a doe license. And right about dark, he shot a doe. And it's raining. I'm miserable because they're in a tent.
Right.
I'm out
In the
between
elements.
hay bales
Yeah.
with not my right gear on. So we looked for like 2 hours. Lost a blood trail. Went back in the morning with another guy, his cousin. And all we found was one leg. Kylie cleaned up the whole thing. Yeah.
They came that quick. Wow.
Overnight.
Wow.
There was one leg left.
It's crazy. I didn't know that you had to have different license for deer hunting. I just thought it was
Well,
like fishing. You get a fishing license and
Yeah,
you can fish.
Well, this is,
But I guess it makes sense because there's only so many you can kill during the season, right?
no. Now, a lot of these states, you can shoot all the does you want.
Okay.
And it might be a buck, you know. My son-in-law in Alabama, he's gotten a buck and 2 does. He got a buck in Missouri when hunting there. He's got 4 deer on the year, and he's not done yet. He didn't bring me any meat.
I think the movie Bambi proved I could never be a deer hunter. It was way too traumatizing just seeing Bambi's mom dying in the fire. Oh my god, that's the same person. Funny. Oh my goodness. Stuck here till 6.
Sorry.
That's okay. I signed up for it. I can't complain too much. It's just, it's so much colder here than it is at home. And then when the sun goes down, it gets even worse.
My house is set at 66.
Okay.
It's tri-level. So the living room and kitchen are where the thermostat is. Bedrooms it gets up to 69. And to me that's too hot. Downstairs, that's 66. It could be 61, 62. I don't spend any time downstairs, so I don't
Yeah.
care.
So my problem is my particular room, because it has a door leading out to a balcony.
Yeah.
The door needs to be changed. It's not lined up with the frame. So right now I have something kind of wedged in there to kind of help. And it seems to be doing a little bit better than last year. But I had to end up going to my storage unit and going and getting my heat fan. I have a better one than this thing. It looks like an oscillating tower fan.
Yeah.
And instead of shooting out cold air, you put the temperature that you want it to stay in there, and it'll keep it that temperature. So I have to use that on top of the heat. So sometimes it's nice and toasty in my room,
Yeah.
and then it's just right next door to me on the other side,
Yeah.
and it's colder in the bathroom than
Well,
it is in my
while
room.
the kids were home, we spent a lot of time in the living room. So you got 6 bodies in there.
Mm-hmm.
A 55-inch TV underneath it, electric fireplace, puts out 1,500 watts.
Nice.
So it's on in there. Living room gets up to 75 degrees.
Yeah.
The rest of the house,
Different temperature than that. Yeah.
well, the thermostat's in that room, so it never turns on.
Okay.
So it gets colder downstairs, and whatever heat goes upstairs.
Right. Well, I think I'm going to do a weather check because I need a cigarette.
Alright. Well, I was talking about New Year's Day, and my mother-in-law put up a motion detector light.
Uh-huh.
Got two of them. I gotta put up another one. I didn't have a masonry bit.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
22 degrees, and I'm putting the one up on the garage on a ladder. Get it done, and getting ready to leave. Leave her house. 2 concrete steps down to the sidewalk, and the sidewalk's a little bit pitched. I took a header, smacked, turned my ankle a little bit, smacked my knee, smacked the back of
Oh,
my
my
hand
gosh.
on the edge of
Yeah.
the sidewalk.
Oh, my gosh, honey. I'm glad you're okay.
The knee really bothered me for a couple of days.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Even the ankle had to
My
be.
dog, no, the ankle, it's all good. But the knee, my Sheltie had come in. I yelled at him 2 or 3 times. He's laying in bed. He put his chin right on my knee.
Like he knows. Like he knows.
Well, yeah, I'm hurting Dad.
Right?
I'll do it again. You going out?
Mm-hmm.
You're vaping before you go, or is that?
No, it's pot pen. It's not working. Pot. Marijuana. So true, Big Cheese. So true. Where did I put?
I got a lighter.
Okay. Ugh. Sorry, chat. Got to pay attention to the customers. What do we talk about? Not very far. Huh. I've heard of Knott's Berry Farm in California, guys. Never been there. We were just talking about that, Big Chief, not too long ago. Yes, you are so true. But I'm going to end things, guys. You guys have a good night. Just wanted to go live. I haven't gone live in a minute. I appreciate all you that stopped in, dropped a like. Listen to me rant and bitch. You guys all have a good one.